Hi everyone, here to talk about test case naming conventions. That will help you and your QA team and your testers and your other stakeholders understand what the test cases are to a point without fully going into the test case to seeing the steps, the description, and all that fun stuff. So let's just start off right off the bat with like the worst test case naming convention you can have. Test_case_1 or anything like that. Just numerically changing the test cases and just kind of doing a blanket test case name doesn't help. It doesn't provide any sort of information. Even if you put it into a folder structure, you still don't understand what that test case is doing, what you're actually trying to test. What some people and some organizations try to do in some QA groups is they try to use acronyms or shorten names, condensed names for a test case. So, like, a transaction under a savings account 01. Okay, so now you understand that there is a transaction, it's under a savings account, and it's the first test case. Even if you use a folder structure, you still kind of don't really know what's going on with that test case unless you actually go in. Or you maybe even look at the summary, like a description, like a one-sentence summary of the description. It still doesn't give you the full extent of to what the test case is. Something could be missed, okay? And it's not going underneath the function. Now, what I'm going to suggest as a test case naming convention that works, and works really well. I've used it for years and years and years for the past almost 3 decades. Is similar to a Dewey Decimal System. So just straight on numbers, you use a ledger to explain what each of the numbers and sections are. So you would have, let's just say, 01.002.03.01.001. Now, let's go through this in detail. You can use the first numbers as the application. So let's say you have an organization that has multiple applications, full-on applications. You can go up to however many number of applications you want. If you have over 1,000 applications to test, add in a 0. You can keep going. Now the second section would be the main feature, the main function under the application. So for this, let's just say there's a reporting structure. There's a report system within it. So 002 would be identified as reports. Now the beauty of this is within all your other applications, whether it's 02, 03, 15, the next set of numbers, if it's 002, that means there's a report test case for each of these applications. So you don't have to change anything. You can make it consistent. You can reuse it. That's the whole point. We can reusability, right? So then the second section, maybe even a sub-function within the reports. Whether, let's just say there's a ledger report. There's a transaction report. So 0003 could be a ledger report, a series of ledger reports. Okay? The second last section, you can use identify whether it's a positive test case, a negative test case, a security test case, a performance test case. You can break it down from functional to non-functional just based on the numbers. And again, all this can be reused. And the last 3 is your test case number, is your actual test case number. Now, as you break this down, the chances of you having over 1,000 test cases broken down in this fashion, very slim. Okay, you may have an application that has a lot of test cases, but we'll go into another video on how you can break down these test cases to make them more manageable and be variable based with the right outputs on the variables. Okay, thanks. Talk to you later.